Welcome back to uSports Central. Monday, recapping state championship. Saturday, great weekend, great games. That 6A game was monstrous, but there was other great games throughout the week. We're going to break down, in fact, some of the buzzer-beating wildness in quarterfinals, maybe one of the best quarterfinals we've seen, Charles, on Wednesday.
Ridiculous.
It was great. Great crowds, great buzzer beaters, come from behind wins. We have all the nonsense that we'll talk about. But first, we're going over some of the games on Saturday, and there's really good ones. So let's go to Cliff and Hondo. This is one of the early morning games. Charles at the pit, 8 a.m. in fact, and Hondo giving Cliff some problems early. Little pump fake, jumper, 10-footer, and Hondo's got an early lead.
Early lead, but Cliff, the traditional powerhouse, coached by the great Shock family, because all of them get a chance to coach. Finishing right here, that's a big fella down there making some moves.
Look at this, a little Euro step inside the lane, window as good as Gutierrez. That's a three-pointer deep. Hondo was able to stick around because they can shoot the ball, but I'll tell you what, Cliff got a couple of fortunate buckets late like that one. Again, Hondo with an answer, but Cliff, they were too much. Holt Shelley on the inside was big time, but so was Gutierrez. A little finger roll, window, count that bad boy. Hondo was up at half. They had a chance to upset.
Yeah, they had a chance to upset, but Cliff, they've been here before. They keep their composure, never get nervous. You never really thought that Hondo could get over the hump because Cliff was just so cool and calm about it.
And that's what they do.
Yeah.
Coach Brian Schock took over for his father. Pete Schock, obviously a Titan, who took over for his father. Only 3 coaches in the history of Cliff, and they're all used to winning state championships. So yeah. I would not like to be the son that does not follow that or loses a state championship.
Yeah, because now over at dinner and Thanksgiving and Christmas, they're always going to talk about you, like not winning the championship. So, craziness.
But Brian did a good job.
Great job.
And so did
Had
Cliff.
his boys ready to play.
Holt Shelley was great. So was Matt Gutierrez. Let's move on and let's check out Hope as they, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 2 seed, West Las Vegas. There's a lot of number 1s versus number 2s, kind of how it should work out. Early on, Diedrich Milford got some things going. That's a tree in the corner. And how about my boy Jordan Lee? Get off him.
Lee's so athletic, just cutting the hole. Look, this is not the normal Hope team. A lot more athletic than past, but West Las Vegas, the Dons, they're going to keep shooting, man. They were not gun shy, and right there you see nice little finish right there.
TJ Bustos, just a sophomore, is huge, but other players came to play for West Las Vegas. In fact, it was back and forth, but I'll tell you, Hope was able to just finish it off at the end. A couple of buckets. Diedrich Milford had a good game. Kasurik had a monster game, and of course, Jordan Leak, one of the more athletic juniors that we've seen in this state. I really like the way Jordan Leak plays. Hope Christian beats West Las Vegas in a jam-packed pit.
Well, Leak and Bellinger, especially when the game got close, Coach Murphy brought out, he went 4 corners, but what I like most impressively, he went 4 corners flat, meaning all his guys on the baseline and let your players create the play. They did that. If they didn't have the layup, they would drop it down for the easy dump to the post who would finish. So that tells you why Coach Murphy is winning 13 state titles. He knows exactly what to use.
So let's talk about the
advantages.
13 state championships for Coach
That's
Murphy.
crazy.
Now passes, or does he tie?
No,
passes Ralph
sole
Tasker.
possession.
So Ralph Tasker had 12. That's nothing for Coach Murphy, I guess.
Me and my wife, we had a discussion last night. She's like, well, Tasker won it at the highest level. I said, hey, a win is a win. A title's a title. 13 of anything, I don't care if it's 1A, 2A, that is a huge accomplishment. So big congratulations to Coach Murphy, and not just him, his teams throughout the past, his present teams, coaching staff. You know, it takes a family to get to that type of level.
Well, let's check out the Mesilla Valley now state champions. Mesilla Valley,
Mr. Jeff Adler and crew
against Laguna Acoma, and again another monster crowd we had at the pit. And that place was packed the entire time. Back and forth we went. Here's a bucket off the window. Mesilla Valley, they led the bulk of this game, Charles.
Yeah, Mesilla Valley, big, strong, talented team, and they took advantage of it. They were going high-low. They were getting out and running when they needed to. Look, Jeff Adler with the
How about Jeff
step.
Adler, by the way? Only McDonald All-American that we have here in the state, and he showed us who he was. 20 points in this state championship game.
He did. Laguna had no answer for them. This is their best player, though. Nice pass and the entry, but not enough offense to keep up with the Sunblazers out there. And one, it looks like you should call it foul.
At the end of the half, the Sunblazers kept it going, a three-pointer in the corner. Laguna led the first quarter, but then after that, it was all Sunblazers rolling. Mesilla Valley's led this entire year. They're the number 1 seed, and again, the 1 seed wins. Here is a curious stat for you, Charles. All number 1 seeds won the tournament on the boys' side.
That's an amazing stat. It shows you how complete these teams were, where they've dominated from the beginning of the season to the end. And there wasn't much separation, but when it came time, the one teams proved why they were the one seeds. And that's a crazy stat that all number one seeds
Bet you didn't know
won.
that. Maybe you should do some homework for this show every once in a while.
I knew that they were all number one versus two matchups except for one matchup.
Well, there you go.
See,
You see,
man,
okay,
we do stats around
so
here.
maybe a little controversy. This next one we're going to show you. There is actually a lot of controversy on how this one finished. But let's get to the highlights as this one goes into overtime. And this was the game before the 6A. The Pitt was rolling for this one as well. The undefeated Magdalena crew comes in to take on Logan. And early, it's Magdalena doing what they've done all year. You can't be undefeated at this point in the season and not be dominant, Charles.
No, you can't. But what I learned with undefeated teams, the pressure's on them.
That's an
so
and
look at that.
one.
Gets into the and one. Look, 4-point finish. But Magdalena doing what they did all year. Aggressive, getting the open shots. But Logan putting the pressure on them, making Magdalena make the plays, because Logan had nothing to lose, right?
Well, they didn't. They were up 4 here. This is a bucket late with $1:40 to play. It's a 2-point game all of a sudden.
Ooh.
Oh, a little turnaround jump. Once again, a 2-point game. Logan hits a couple of late buckets. So here, Charles, this on a fast break and one little scoop off the window. And Logan thinks they're going to steal it, right?
Right, because right there, backdoor cut, gets the bucket. Everything is rocking and rolling. Hey, Logan, get it back. That's how you stay persistent in there, big fella.
Here's a kick to the inside. Logan was able to pound it inside. That's where their buckets came from. Everything going their way here. A kick out in front. Logan's on top. And this was maybe the play of the game. Count it. Down 4. 21 seconds left and one. A 4-point play ties it, Charles. We head to overtime. And in overtime, Magdalena able to take a quick lead. Magdalena, everything going good. Logan was able to answer back and forth. We went under a minute left to play. A pump fake, a little drive off the window and good.
Just two, they're just aggressive, and right here gets the steal to the hole, finishing Magdalena, forcing the pace, but Logan not backing down at all. Bang with the open 3.
Look at this, and this may be the play of the game, Charles. They call it a charge at the buzzer for the win. Logan looked like they won. They call a block. You be the judge of that. That's a tough one to call.
Yeah.
Logan, I'll tell you what, it was the pit floor had it, the score, they didn't change it. Logan fans still thought they won the game as time expired, but it was actually a charge. And so when Magdalena inbounded, Logan fans were celebrating. They thought they won. And then the pit finally changed the score, and it was actually a charging call. So you be the judge. Magdalena undefeated stays undefeated, but it was dicey there at the end.
It's always tough to lose a game with the official making the call, but that's how sometimes it happens. Magdalena, hats off to them, finishing the undefeated season. That's a tough thing to do. Logan, taking them right down to the buzzer, and unfortunately it comes down to a call outside of your hands, which is, for a coach, is the worst way to lose. You want it, pretty much solved on the court and everything determined on the
Well,
court.
I'll tell you,
So,
Logan, might have some things to complain about, and that's fine. But at the end of regulation, with 20 seconds left, a 4-point play you allow to tie the game and put it into overtime, that was their own fault. You don't need to foul there, Charles.
Don't need to
He hits
foul.
the three.
Yeah.
He hits the 3. You're still up 1 under 20 seconds. Go hit your free throws and you win the game. You don't foul him, though.
Yeah, as a coach, you're telling them, I guarantee you what the coach said was, don't foul. Go out there, defend it, but don't foul. They foul him, and now he makes the 3-point play, makes the free throw. So, yeah, Logan put themselves in that spot, but it hurts for the kids. I hurt for the kids. That's a tough way to lose.
These games are too much fun. This tournament is amazing in the state of New Mexico. It shows how much basketball is valued at the high school level here in the state.
Yeah, I tell people all the time when we travel and talk to different people that the love for the sport of basketball out here is unrivaled.
Beautiful, isn't it? All right, come on back, 3 and Out. We'll talk global season. We'll also recap some of the best games of this tournament, all right here, uSports Central.